Chiefs Kingdom. This one's going to sting a little. The Philadelphia Eagles just celebrated their Super Bowl win in the wildest way possible by roasting a pig with Patrick Mahomes' jersey number on it. Yes, you heard that right. Eagles fans went all out during their victory parade. And let's just say they made sure Mahomes wasn't welcome. The Eagles championship parade was always going to be a spectacle, but things escalated when a group of diehard fans decided to roast a pig, literally, and carve the number 15 into it, taking a direct shot at Mahomes. And if that wasn't enough, they even put a curly wig on it to mimic Mahomes' signature hairstyle. Disrespectful? Absolutely. But Eagles fans were just getting started. One fan proudly held up a sign that read, Mahomes' insert asterisk, making it crystal clear that Chiefs Kingdom wasn't invited to the celebration. And let's be honest, after that 40-22 loss in Super Bowl 59, Eagles fans were riding high and showing no mercy. The parade itself was a massive event, running down Philadelphia's iconic Broad Street, with thousands of fans packing the streets as early as 7 a.m. Schools even shut down for the celebration, with Jalen Hurts leading the charge in a Love Hurts sweatshirt, fittingly on Valentine's Day. But here's the thing. This isn't the first time Mahomes has been targeted by opposing fan bases. Earlier this year, Bills fans pulled a similar move, hanging a Kermit the Frog doll in a Mahomes jersey from a pole. Brittany Mahomes called it out, calling it insert asterisk absolutely disgusting. Now, Eagles fans have taken things to a whole new level. So Chiefs fans, how do we respond? It's tough to watch our QB get disrespected like this, but Patrick Mahomes is built different. He took full responsibility for the Super Bowl loss, saying they played better than us from start to finish. I take all the blame for that. That's leadership. That's accountability. And that's the mindset that will have the Chiefs back in this game next year. Chiefs fans, what happened in Super Bowl 59 was simply unbelievable. And honestly, it hurts to talk about it. Steve Spagnuolo lost his mind on the sideline. Patrick Mahomes played below expectations, and the Philadelphia Eagles simply dominated. The question that remains is there still time for one of those miracles that only the Chiefs can pull off? Or will this be the most humiliating defeat of the Mahomes era? Let's analyze everything scene by scene and understand what went so wrong. The game started, and within the first few minutes, it was clear that things weren't going well for Kansas City. The offense looked lost. The defense was getting run over, and the Eagles were playing with blood in their eyes. Before we knew it, Philadelphia had scored 24 unanswered points. Meanwhile, the Chiefs' offense seemed stuck, lacking creativity and unable to move the chains. Fans watched in shock at the team's passivity. Mahomes couldn't find his targets, the offensive line was crumbling under pressure, and the mistakes just kept piling up. Fumbles, sacks, and even a disastrous interception that completely changed the course of the game. The running game didn't help either. Isaiah Pacheco tried to open up space, but the Eagles' defense didn't give him any openings. With every rush attempt, Philadelphia's linebackers were ready to contain the advance. Kansas City needed to react, but what came next only made things worse. If there's one thing we rarely see, it's Patrick Mahomes being uncomfortable, but this time the number 15 looked like an ordinary player. In just 2 quarters of play, Mahomes was sacked 3 times and could barely escape the pocket. When he did manage to throw, his passes were inaccurate, often due to the absurd pressure from the Eagles' defense. The most tragic moment came with a disastrous interception. Trying to connect on a quick pass to Rashee Rice, Mahomes ended up throwing the ball right into the hands of rookie Cooper Dean, who returned it for a defensive touchdown. Silence fell over the Chiefs fans at the stadium. It was a brutal blow. The confidence Mahomes had always exuded seemed shaken, and the comparisons began on social media. Many were already asking, was this the worst game of Mahomes' career? While the offense struggled, the Chiefs' defense also had no answers. Jalen Hurts was playing like a true MVP, finding his targets with ease. In the second quarter, Hurts threw a perfect pass to A.J. Brown in the end zone, further increasing the Eagles' lead. The Chiefs' defensive backs looked lost, allowing easy receptions, and it didn't stop there. At the 1-yard line, Hurts called a QB sneak and ran for another touchdown. It was deja vu from Super Bowl 57 when the Eagles ran the same play over and over again. Defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo tried adjustments, but nothing worked. Kansas City simply couldn't stop Philadelphia's explosive offense. If Chiefs Kingdom was already worried, what came next made the frustration explode. Just when things were looking bad, there came a defining moment in the first half. Steve Spagnuolo's emotional breakdown. It all started with a controversial foul on Nick Bolton, who was called for a personal foul after bringing down Saquon Barkley. The foul gave the Eagles an easy 15 yards and put even more pressure on the Chiefs' defense. Spagnuolo was furious. He immediately held up two fingers, insinuating that a similar play by the Eagles earlier had gone unpunished. The outrage was so great that Spagnuolo shouted an expletive that was captured. He buried his face in his hands, visibly devastated. It was a reflection of what all the fans were feeling: anger, frustration, and disbelief. If things were bad on the field, off it, the Chiefs fans were unforgiving. Twitter, or X, was ablaze with criticism of the team. Former players and analysts began to speak out. Robert Griffin III posted, "I've never seen Patrick Mahomes play so poorly." This was just one of many harsh reactions. Other fans began comparing Mahomes to Tom Brady, but in a less than positive way, suggesting the Chiefs QB was having his worst Super Bowl moment. While some still believed the Chiefs could rally, many were already accepting that the worst defeat seemed inevitable. But if there's one thing we've learned from Kansas City, it's that this team never gives up. Now comes the big question: is it over for the Chiefs, or is there still hope? If we look back, we know that Mahomes has performed miracles before. In 2020, the Chiefs were down 10 points in the fourth quarter against the 49ers and still came from behind to win the Super Bowl. But this time, the hole seemed deeper. The offense needed to wake up, the defense needed to stop, and Mahomes needed to find his magic again. What did Andy Reid and Mahomes talk about in the locker room? Will we come back for the second half with a different strategy? Now, I ask you, Chiefs fans, just confirm Chiefs Kingdom. This news just dropped and it's making waves. One key player is officially on his way out, and the Chiefs are moving in a different direction for 2025. No one saw this coming, but it's now confirmed, and it could have a major impact on the offense next season. I'll give you all the details on this big decision, but before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss any breaking Chiefs news. The Kansas City Chiefs' historic run ended one game short, missing the chance to win 3 straight Super Bowls. It wasn't just a loss, it was a crushing 40-22 defeat against the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59, marking one of the toughest performances of Patrick Mahomes' career. Now, as the offseason begins, the Chiefs are making key decisions. Fixing the offensive line and bringing in new weapons for Mahomes will be top priorities. But one move seems clear. Kansas City is not expected to resign wide receiver Marquise Brown. Brown was brought in to add speed and stretch the field, giving Mahomes a deep threat. But injuries plagued his season, and he struggled to make an impact, especially in the playoffs. Now, with free agency approaching in March, it's official. Brown will be looking for a new team. One team already showing strong interest is the Houston Texans. With key receivers potentially leaving, the Texans are expected to make a move for Brown to pair him with star wide receiver Nico Collins. According to Bradley Locker of Pro Football Focus, Brown could be a perfect fit for Houston's offense. For Kansas City, rookie standout Xavier Worthy is expected to take over as Mahomes' top target, but will the Chiefs add another big-name receiver in free agency? That remains the biggest question. What do you think, Chiefs Kingdom? Was letting Marquise Brown go the right decision, or should the Chiefs have kept him? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for all the latest Chiefs news. Go Chiefs! Chiefs Kingdom, this news is going to leave you speechless. After a tough Super Bowl loss to the Eagles, everyone is wondering how Kansas City will bounce back in 2025. But now, a shocking prediction about one of our key players is taking over the conversation. Nobody saw this coming, and it could change everything for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. I'll break it all down for you right now, but before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss a single update on the Chiefs. Kansas City's offense struggled in the Super Bowl, unable to find a rhythm against a dominant Eagles defense. But was this just a bad game, or did Philly expose some real weaknesses in the Chiefs roster? Many believe the latter, and with multiple wide receivers hitting free agency, the big question remains, who will step up? NFL analyst Kyle Sopp has just released a bold prediction for the 2025 season, and it's all about the return of Rashee Rice. According to Sopp, Rice will finish the year as a top 10 wide receiver in receiving yards, bringing an explosive new dimension to the Chiefs' offense. Rice's 2024 season ended early due to an LCL injury, but before that, he was already proving himself as a rising star. He ranked 12th in receiving yards and had the 5th highest target rate among wide receivers. With a full recovery expected and Mahomes looking for a new go-to target, Rice could be the breakout player the Chiefs desperately need. With Travis Kelce likely to see fewer regular season reps and other WRs hitting free agency, the door is wide open for Rice to shine. Will he rise to the occasion and give Mahomes the deep threat he needs? What do you think, Chiefs Kingdom? Will Rashee Rice dominate in 2025? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Chiefs updates. Go Chiefs!